everyone, Neve here with the Rainbow Cauldron, and this is your weekly general reading for March 4th through the 10th, 2018. So this is a new month, so I'm using a new background, and I decided to go with Doctor Who background, and hopefully it won't be too busy with the cards on top, but I had no real reason to pick it. It's just, I saw the fabric and I said, all right, let's use it. And so normally what I do for these readings is I have an oracle deck and a tarot deck. And I draw one card from the oracle deck, which will represent the general theme of the week, something to think about. And then I draw 3 cards from the tarot deck, which will represent the general flow of energy throughout the week. Now, this week, when I was trying to decide what oracle deck to use, because for the tarot deck, I decided to use the So Below deck from here. Now, this is a 2-deck system, the Book of Shadows Tarot. The As Above deck is kind of a more spiritual, heavenly kind of divinity type deck, whereas the So Below deck is more mundane and has more imagery that's that we would see, very earthly energies. So while trying to decide which oracle deck I should use with the So Below deck, I decided to just, this deck is designed to go with this deck, so it just made a lot more sense to use the As Above deck as my oracle deck this month and the So Below as the tarot deck, even though they are both technically tarot decks. Okay, so let's get this started. Okay, so the theme of the week for the As Above tarot deck. We have the 8 of Air. Okay, hopefully this is not too busy against this Doctor Who fabric. So the 8 of Air, and air in these decks, the tarot deck that correlates with air is swords. And so normally with the 8 of Swords, it's a card that represents kind of a constriction, not being able to help, a very helpless feeling, very limited. Usually the imagery for that is a person who's tied up and there's like a sword, a circle of swords or something like that around them to show that they're trapped, they can't do anything. They're usually blindfolded in the imagery. And with this card, however, this card is, it took a different direction. It's not so much about being limited as it is taking your feelings inward. It's a card of meditation. And what I kind of get from that is the correlations is that when you can't act outwardly, when you're too constricted to act outwardly, sometimes the solution is to take that inward and to focus and quiet the mind and to go inward. Because sometimes a good advice would be to not bottle everything up. And then sometimes you also have to understand that you can't always outwardly act. And this is where I feel like this is telling us to, we can't outwardly act right now, but we can bring that inward and meditate on the best possible course of action from there, bringing some stuff inward. Not bottling it up, but just really being able to focus on it. All right, so let's get to the tarot cards and see what we've got here. Okay, so the So Below deck. First card is the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Hanged Man, which seems very connected with this. Both of these are very much indicating a sort of meditation, bringing things inward. Focusing energies. And then finally we have the Tower. Okay, so here is here's what we can't act on. This is the issue. Okay, so with the Ace of Pentacles, this is a card of opportunity. It's as we can see, there is a teamwork going on. There's a helping hand, like a quite literal helping hand from outside forces, because these three creatures are like gnomes, so they're part of a unit, and they're getting a helping hand from outside of their unit, because this is presumably a human hand. So the Ace of Pentacles is, like I said, a card of opportunity, and it's a card about building a foundation for a new beginning. So it's a new start, as aces usually indicate, and Pentacles is the card that's really attached to the mundane. It's attached to opportunities, and yeah. But so, and then we're moving here where we go from a teamwork aspect to asking for help to being very inward and being patient and contemplating where to go from here. Like I said, it's very connected to this, but since we have the Tower here, it's almost like these are in reaction to this. This is almost a preparation for this, whereas this is how we're reacting to this. So the Tower is sudden shock. It is earth-shattering information. This is something difficult that we weren't expecting. That cup here is shattered, and it's sort of like that foundation we were building over here has just been shattered. Now that doesn't mean this was all for nothing, and we shouldn't come together and create things and bring a teamwork sort of aspect to things or ask for help. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't even attempt this just because we know that it's probably going to be destroyed. We still very much should be working on this, but we should also be prepared for the feeling that it's, something, it's not going to stick. Something's going to shatter it, and it's how we react to it. And based on this card, it means right off the bat, we're not going to be able to outwardly act on this. This is going to be something that we're going to have to bring inward for a bit. We're going to have to bring that energy in and really contemplate on what the next step is, what the best course of action is to overcome this earth-shattering event, this information that we weren't expecting, that sort of destroyed what we were working on before. All right, so I'm very curious to see what next week's reading is going to be and how we move past this. So stick around for that. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have an okay week. There might be some earth-shattering information, but let's really focus that energy and see how we handle that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Blessed be. Bye.